Mary, my dress was washed the wrong way again. It's so crumpled now. Did you wash it in the washing machine? How many times I've explained that it should be washed by hand, not the washing machine? Sorry, Ellen. I'll be more careful next time. You have been living here for a month now, but I always have to guide you little by little when you do the housework. Don't you think that it's about time you did this work without my supervision? I guess so. I'm pretty busy because I still work at the company, so I can't seem to keep everything straight. Sorry. Don't say sorry again. Show me that you have actually understand the things I said by doing better. You're right. Also, I knew that you making Mark do dishes and clean the bathroom. What the hell are you thinking? Mark is my son. He's the breadwinner of this family. Why would you make him do housework? Well, we have agreed to divide the housework and do it together. These things happen. Don't overreact. Today, it's normal for men to do housework. Wait, you mean this has been going on since before you moved in? Well, Mark does this better than me. I don't care. For clarity's sake, I want you to stop this from now on. I don't think so. You know we both work. It's good for husband and wife to share with each other. Why wouldn't you want that to happen? It's nonsense when you don't understand what I'm telling you. I swear, there's just no point in talking to you sometimes. I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, if you can't keep a balance between work and family, maybe you should quit your job. Why? Like what you just said. You both have work, so that's why you think that it's okay when your husband shared the housework with you. Besides, Daisy is learning in kindergarten. Isn't it sad when you don't have enough time to take care of your daughter? Well, outside of school, she stays with me all the time, so you can't say that thing. And I'm working not only for myself, but also for Daisy's future, no matter what she decides to do in the future, so I have no plans to quit working. Plus, I like my job. A woman's place is in the home, not at the office. You should bury your thoughts. You're so outdated. And I'm still trying my best not to get in your way. Why are you too bullheaded? Maybe that excuse would have worked for you before. But now we live together. I have allowed you into my family home. Do you understand that? Yes. You think you can do whatever you want just because you're a wife, my son? No, of course not. Oh, if you could just see the state of this house right now, he's gonna be crazy. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Do you know what that means? In this house, the woman's job is to support her husband. There are so many things which you haven't done yet, so you are severely lacking in that department. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm afraid the day I accept you are part of my family is still a long way off. If you want to join this family, I suggest you quit your job and focus your efforts on your housework. Of course, I'm sure you'll ignore everything I just said. I'm really sorry if you feel uncomfortable about me, Ellen. I'm afraid that if I don't have a job, Mark will have to work harder. But I'll keep what you said in mind. I guess that's the best I can expect from you, is my guy as the elder to instruct you. If only you two had moved in as soon as you were married and I could have trained you from the start. I guess I only have myself to blame for you being so out of control. I promise I'll do what I can to make you happy. Do it if you can say it. Please, don't wait until I have a heart attack because of your troubles.
3 weeks later.
Ellen, Daisy found some cupcakes in the fridge. It is yours? That's right. Let me guess, she wants some cupcakes? It would seem so. Do you mind if I give her one? Of course. Give her a cupcake, please. Thanks, Ellen. Oh, but only Daisy can eat. You can't. You're not a member of this family yet in my eyes. Yeah, no problem. I won't eat any of your cupcakes. Really? Don't let me find you sneakily eating it. Don't worry, I don't like sweets. Oh, do you not like sweets or are you afraid of being fat? I remember that you get fat easily, are you? You poor thing. Our family is able to maintain a slim figure without restricting our eating. Yeah, I know. Daisy stays pretty slim no matter what as well. I'm glad she doesn't take after me in that respect. Don't get ahead of yourself. She's still just a child. We have no idea how she would turn out. She's got your chubby genes in her as well, after all. I guess she does. Anyway, have you thought about what we talked about? What's that? Are you going to give up that silly job and focus on your real work at home? Oh, that. I have discussed it with Mark and he's fine if I keep working. Oh, please. You're already almost 14. Just a few more years, it will get difficult for you to have another child. That's true. You don't seem to care much about this. Don't tell me that you aren't going to have any more children. Yes, maybe. But we already have Daisy. So, what about a person to maintain the continuity of our family line? What? That sounds very obsolete. I'm serious. Don't tell me you're thinking of letting it end with Mark. You know, even if I did get pregnant, there's no guarantee we would have a boy. That's why you need to have another child as soon as possible. Once Daisy and marry up, the family name is gone. I guess so. But what about Louisa? She has a son. Louisa married into another family. She took her husband's last name, so her son can't possibly take over the family. Is that how it works? I can't believe you have the thought of not having another baby when you don't have a son. And yet, you still have the nerve to enter my house? It is the duty of a wife to give birth to an heir. Honestly, what have you been doing this whole time? Sorry, I haven't given any thoughts to that kind of thing. I see. Well, I think that will make Mars gradually move away from you. Sorry? What are you talking about? You heard this morning conversation, didn't you? I said that I want tomorrow's dinner to be a family only. Mox agreed. He said he hasn't had a family dinner in a long time. Did he not? Looks like you'll be a little confused now. But I hope you understand that tomorrow is a family dinner that only family members can attend. Well... I'm afraid you won't be able to join this dinner because you're not part of my family. I believe Mark thinks the same way I do, inside his heart of heart. Unfortunately, it is possible that your happy period in your marriage life will have to come to an end soon. Maybe this house will welcome a new bride, young, beautiful, and good at housework. Do you really want this to happen? You know, I would really like to get along with you, Ellen. It's not me. It's you. You know, maybe you will get a divorce soon. Why did you practice for the future by having dinner alone tomorrow? And we will enjoy dinner together as a family.
Tomorrow.
Mark, I have a bad news. I certainly told Lusa to invite her and her son to dinner tonight, but she didn't seem to have heard and brought her husband to dinner with her. Dear thought we were finally going to be able together as a family. What a big waste.
It's fine. Why are you mad? You should be grateful that he came to dinner.
No, it isn't fine. I've worked so hard to get out of marriage troubles tonight. Another person has come to interrupt. It's meaningless. Please come a little early, won't you? What are you doing now?
Oh, sorry. I won't join dinner tonight.
What do you mean? I said we're going to have a family dinner. Why aren't you coming?
Huh? I'm going to eat with Mary, of course.
Excuse me? Mary? Why would you eat with Mary? What about our plans?
Our plans? No. It's your plans, not mine. There should have been Daisy to join us. However, she's participating in a birthday party at a friend's house. So Mary and I get to have a date night for once.
But why? You promised that tonight would be a family-only dinner. So why are you eating dinner with Mary?
Because she is my wife and we're family.
What about me? Aren't I your family?
Yeah, I thought so. If you don't consider my wife as a member of the family, I will do the same for you.
Why? I can't be treated this way.
I told you when we moved in, didn't I? Mary and I are a team. We share all the same burdens and responsibilities, so you don't want her to have to do everything alone. I remember asking you not to put all the housework on her. Before we got married, we never planned to live here with you. However, you tacked it and said that you feel lonely living alone in this house, And it was Mary who worried about you the most and decided we should come stay with you for a while. I told you all this from the beginning specifically so you couldn't say that you didn't know.
Mark, I'm sorry. I just remind her of the duty of his wife when she's so busy with outside work that she neglects the housework. And I was just teaching her the things she needs to know as a wife. It's all.
Okay, I think we're out. I never actually even agreed to this in the first place. It was only because Mary wanted to live with you that I agreed, but I think I was wrong.
Wait, what do you mean you're out? Are you saying you're going to leave me here?
Yes, you've been pushing all the housework on Mary. You've been telling her to quit her job and to give us a boy to continue our family line. Who wants to live with a person like you?
She told you that, did she? I can't believe she dared to speak ill of me behind my back.
I didn't hear from Mary. I heard it from Daisy. From the way you reacted, I knew what you said was true. You are a terrible mother-in-law.
What?
Daisy said that you're always bullying Mary when I'm not at home. I can't believe you would do that in front of your granddaughter. Aren't you embarrassed at all?
No, Mark. Surely Merritt taught Daisy to say that to you. What an evil mother. She spoiled her child by saying such insolent things about her grandmother?
Hey, stop. That's my wife and my child as well that you're talking about. How would you say something like that?
Mary, I never lied to her from the beginning. A very worthless girl, and she pushes her housework off on the men. I don't think she even realized she's someone's wife.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Mary is the most important person in my life, and we're out.
If only she gave you a son, maybe then I would be able to look at her in a little better light. But here we are. She's totally useless for you, son. You really have to divorce her. The best girl for you is one who wants to stay home and take care of the family.
What? Useless? You're kidding me? That serious? You don't do anything around the house. We pay all the bills. The only thing you do in this house is bully my wife.
How dare you say such a thing? You don't know how tired and suffering I am living with that woman.
Oh, sorry. Nobody wanted to live with you. Oh, sorry. Nobody wanted to live with you. And all the talk about a boy, since when is our family so special that it needed a son to inherit? Our family is not a billionaire or no royal. Our family is just an ordinary family. Don't call it so special. And Dad bought this house. It isn't like it's been in the family for generations or anything. So we don't need a boy to continue our family line.
Do you think we'll be fine if this house is gone?
Yes, it's okay. Although this house has been attached to my childhood, it's getting old. And the mansion is also having a bit of a problems, costs a lot of money. So I think we should sell the house instead of spending time to repair and advance it.
You've really changed. Even since you're married to that woman, you have changed. She's had a really bad influence on you.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm a father and a husband, so I can't live with you anymore.
Mark, I'm your mother. You can't do this with me. I'll pretend this conversation's never happened. It's unbelievable that Mary had such a bad influence on you. That's why you're behaving like this to me. It's awful.
Excuse me? Not her fault. You should stop blaming like that.
You should think carefully. Who's more important between me and her? You better think carefully. She's just a stranger and I'm your mother. Are you going to cut all ties with your own mother and follow the women? Think on it. Prepare to say goodbye to the inheritance your father left you if you decide to follow her.
1 week later.
Hey, Mary, is Mark with you?
No, what's wrong?
I texted him so many times, but he hasn't responded to my messages.
Mark is taking Daisy ice skating now. Ellen, Mark told me you two had already cut off contact. That is why we moved out after all. It will be annoying if you keep texting like this.
That's right, he said. But I'm an old woman living alone. Don't you feel sorry for me for leaving me alone in this house with no one to rely on?
Oh yeah, I heard him say someone made him choose between you and me. Who's that?
That was me.
Well, he did what you asked.
Well, I never thought he would actually cut off ties with me. How was I supposed to know things would turn out like this?
You thought he would leave me? You're wrong.
Well, I am his mother. I carried the burden of labor to bring him into this world and raise him up. Who would have thought that the child I gave birth to would betray me?
Yes, you gave birth and raised him. However, you didn't care about his feelings. You just wanted him to do whatever you wanted.
Everything that I do is just for the good of him. I can't just watch my son go to work and earn money while doing housework for his wife.
And what about me? You know that I work too.
You have already chosen a job.
Is that right? I see. Well, I understand the reason why Mark is pressed and wants to cut ties with you.
You see? What do you know about him? I hope you two get a divorce soon.
Of course not. It's hard to imagine anyone living with someone like you.
Then what is that you see?
I see that you're an old-fashioned and obstinate person, and even though we have explained it many times, you still do not understand the problem. I know that you never really liked me. I thought that living with you would improve our relationship, and maybe we would find common ground and become closer.
Oh, really? So why do the things that I say you never follow and always do against my order?
I tried my best, but you always make unreasonable demands that I can't do. I can't quit my job and just stay at home to do housework or take care of the family. I also have my own life, and I love my job, so I won't give it up. We all have different definitions of happiness. However, neither me nor Mark nor Daisy can be happy living with you. That's why we decided to leave.
You're really not planning to come back? Not even just Mark and Daisy?
Go away and leave my family alone.
How dare you talk to me like this, Mary?
1 minute later.
It's Mark. I just got home. We discussed this and decided not to accept any inheritance. And we have already cut ties with each other, Ellen. Never bother my wife again.
Mark, please think again. I also just want the best for your happiness.
I'm an adult, Ellen. I know what's best for me. Now you said it yourself. Didn't you tell me I need to cut ties with someone I didn't choose? Well, I chose Mary. I didn't choose you. So why are you turning to beg me now?
How can you be so cruel to your own mother?
After all the bad things you did to Mary, I'm still much better. Every time I think about you bullying and being rude to my wife, it makes me ashamed to have a mother like you. Not only that, you dare to tell her to divorce so that I can remarry with someone else? What the hell is on your mind? But that's okay. Now that we're gone, I don't have to worry about you bullying Mary in the future either.
No, Mark, please. How will I live when I get old? Who's going to look after me?
It's none of my business. You have to find your own way. Maybe you can go to your nursing home where they can take care of you. Okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So please be sensible and stop texting your family. Also, I'm going to block your number as well. Mary too, of course.
Mark, please listen to me.
A little later.
Ellen, it's Mary. Mark took a bath. So, like I said, please don't message us anymore.
Okay, I get it. Fine, you too, Mary. It's good that you're back. So please advise Mark. Tell him to forgive me and we can live together like before.
What? You want me to talk to him?
Who else is there?
Are you kidding me? Who treated me coldly? Who doesn't consider me a family member? Who made me quit my job and stay at home to do his housework? You should know that ever since I came to live with you, I've never been happy when you always rejected me, even though I tried to comply with your request. So why should I try and convince Mark that we should go back there?
Don't you want us to become closer? So I thought you could at least do this for me.
That was while we were still living together. I have a goodwill to want to be closer to you, but you don't want that. And I'm tired too, so I give up. I'm just going to live happily with my own family from now on.
Okay, I will do the housework with you. So can you consider living here?
That doesn't matter anymore. It is said that living with someone you don't like will make your mental health worse.
So I think it's good for us not to live together. Don't worry about me. In fact, I want to live with you.
I'm also worried that living with you again might have some bad effects on Daisy. And I can't say that I really want to live with you anymore.
No, we're not going to move back in.
Please give up on that idea.
I've been really lonely since everyone left. So please.
I think you should get used to living alone gradually while you're still healthy, because you're going to be alone from here on out. Why don't you consider this practice for the future, like the way you used to say to me?
You bastard.
Okay, that's enough. I'll stop talking to you right now. I'm going to block your phone number completely now. Good luck with the rest of your life without us. Bye.
Meanwhile,
After Mark and I left, Ellen tried to convince Lucia to live with her. However, Lucia already knew that Ellen hated her husband. At the same time, hearing about how Ellen treated me while I lived with her, Lucia refused to live with her. Both her son and daughter grudgingly refused to live with her. So now Ellen has to learn to live alone with no one to rely on. But we also don't live too far from Ellen's house because Daisy's still in school and she doesn't want to have to change schools. We still take Daisy to school every day to avoid her encountering Ellen. After moving out of Ellen's house, our family feels much happier and happier than before. Everyone has their own definition of happiness, and so does Ellen. But Ellen did the wrong thing by forcing her children to do what she wanted and ignoring their feelings. That makes her children tired and gradually distant from her. Now, I'll put aside those tiring days to live happily with Mark and raise Daisy together. We'll all go into work together and build a happy family.